Nashville Superspeedway, and we're here in the Gen 4s. This should be a fun combo. Anything at Nashville Superspeedway is fun, and these are fun cars to drive. We're going to do that. I think saving tires is going to be pretty big. I'm not going to qualify. I'm car number 6, but I'm just going to start as far back as I can start. And just kind of get settled into the race. We got 80 laps, so no need to take it too quickly or do anything crazy. See if we can get settled in and be there at the end. Let's go out here and get a couple practice laps. I'll do a practice green flag pit stop. I did also do one in open practice, but it'd be good to do another one probably, which is 2 more than I usually do. I was not looking good on hot lap speed in practice. I ran a .4, and I forgot to check before the session started, but I think the fast guys were in the .1s, maybe .0s. So we'd never qualify very high up anyway. And I'd be just riding around, doing what we can, trying to make up spots at the end with race pace and saving tires. And hopefully we can get some long runs and have that come into place. And yeah, there's a .4. It's about the best I could do. I just overdrove turn 1 pretty bad there. Car feels really stable here. It's not super loose. Yeah, there's a .1 up on pole. I don't have that kind of speed, it seems like. Probably not getting on throttle quite as hard as I should be, but I don't want it to get super loose. This might be a better lap. There's a .3, so I'm not too far off. Let's go down pit road here. It's actually not a super tricky pit road to get onto, which is nice. I tend to get on pretty slowly, kind of just start slowing down middle of the corner, which is probably a little conservative, but it gets us slowed down nice and easy. You don't worry about it getting too loose, and you get on pit road without a whole lot of trouble. So this should be a fun one. We're already back in 23rd. Looks like a lot of people qualifying for this, so that's fine. That's what we want to see. How big of a field is this? Let me check. Looks like 28. And we're going to be starting way in the back. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Now, this track loves long green flag racing. So we may just be shooting ourselves in the foot, trying to start as far back as possible. But looking at our qualifying time, we wouldn't be up that far anyway. 10 more spots, I guess. I guess that's pretty significant, but I think it'll be alright. I just want to settle into the race, get some laps under me, and then start trying to pass people if I can. And if I can't, then oh well. Not a big deal. But I think it'll be a fun one. I love this track. This track is just fantastic. Favorite track on iRacing, I would say. One of the favorite. Top 2. I love Gateway as well. But I'm kind of biased. Should be fun, though. Hopefully we have another race like Dover. That was just a great race. I actually led some laps, and it was very clean. We had a long run to the end. I barely made it on fuel. It'd be awesome if we have another one like that. Fuel looked like you can go about 40 to 45 laps on a tank. Or 45 to 50 laps, maybe, is what it was. And I don't imagine tires are going to be so huge that you'd want to pit before you run out of fuel. Like, I think you'd be able to go the full tank if you chose to, which we might end up doing. It depends on what kind of cautions we get, if any. If we don't get any cautions, maybe we'll just pit it halfway. Maybe stretch it to lap 50. I don't know. I don't know what would be best. We'll have to see what the fall off is going to look like. See if we get too much. Let's see. We're waiting on nobody. Here we go. Perfect. Brakes and everything should be still the same.
We've put in plenty of fuel to finish the race.
Not worried about that. Got 2 sets of tires. Should be plenty.
Good luck, everyone.
Hopefully we have a nice fun race. Not going to have too many people starting behind us, so just take it nice and easy. If they want to jump it 3 wide, we'll just back off and let them have it, and we'll get settled into a nice safe spot. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. And be careful on the start, you know. Let's not pull another Atlanta. Ever, hopefully. No, I imagine I'll do that again sometime, maybe years from now. But I just hope we have a good race. I think last time I was here, I was in the Legends cars and I won the 87s. So we'll see if we can have another good finish. Hopefully we can just avoid some wrecks, see if we can move forward at all. But like I said, if not, then just hopefully we have a good race. If we're slow, I think we'll be alright. And we are car number 6. Supposed to finish top 6, according to the iRating. I don't know if we'll get that far up, but a top 10 would be cool.
2 additional sets of tires for this race. Be smooth and have a good run.
Looking to roll off here, please. I want to get to racing. Is that like an all red Jeff Gordon car? Oh, I forgot to refresh paints. Give me just a second there. Before I had auto refresh on, I think that was causing some issues, so I turned that off. And I sometimes forget that I need to manually refresh them now. I don't think that even changed anybody's paint, but might as well get them all as up to date as we can before we go green here. Are we not going to have anybody behind us, or is that 9 car supposed to be behind us? Oh, 28 is supposed to be behind us, I see. He's just riding in the low lane. Coming to the green.
Get ready.
Good luck, everyone.
Yep, good luck. Hopefully we can settle into a nice spot and save some tires. Maybe move forward a bit.
Green flag, green flag.
Maybe I was a little too conservative on the start this time. A little gun shy from Atlanta. They're 3 wide ahead of us. I don't know. 27 was backing off. DuPont is getting loose. Let's go to the outside, I suppose. 12 car. Try and save tires, but being up here is not going to be ideal for that. Careful. Just get single file here. Let the 4 get around the 12. Maybe we can sneak underneath him. He got loose. We got a little loose. Should be okay. Oh, that's the T-Rex car, I see. That makes sense. I thought it was just plain red DuPont, but that's just what the back of it looks like. See if we can follow the 4 car. He looks like he's just taking his time. That's all I'm doing. Clipping the apron and getting loose. And almost single file throughout the whole field up there.
Outside. All clear, all clear.
Nearly make contact with the 27, but we can sneak the nose in there. People still getting loose out of the corner up there. I'm not feeling too loose, but I'm trying not to hit the throttle too hard out of the corner. Just kind of be smooth. People are really getting loose. One's spinning into the grass. I don't think that'll be a caution, though. I think he kept it going straight-ish. Hopefully they keep it straight in front of me. I don't want to have to dodge something.
Trying to give you outside there, 9 car.
26.
No, you didn't cut me off.
4 keeps trying to get underneath the 26, and the 26 keeps blocking him. Now the 11's blocking me. But that's fine. Need to find a way to get around him, though. He's much slower. Seems like. Maybe not. We're being patient. We just washed up 2.5 lanes. Should be able to get underneath him now. Don't clip the apron on the front stretch. For sure in this thing. I did that once in practice and nearly spun to the infield. I don't know what the 26 is doing. He keeps blocking the 4 car. He's going to slide back up across the track, probably. And cause a wreck.
Go back to the field. Turn 3.
I don't know what the 26 thinks he's accomplishing by throwing blocks like that on
You wanted to block on the back straightaway.
on lap 7 back in 20th.
You deserved it about like 6 laps before it actually happened. It's just I was on the inside. If you're gonna be that dumb, it's on you.
Hey, at least if he's gonna be done.
Yeah, there was no reason to be blocking like that. That was really like it's lap 7 and we're like 21st. Like, what are we doing? But oh well. We stayed clean. We're up in 20th now. I think we're just going to stay out. I don't see a reason to pit right now. We already got the 2 to green. That's cool. I like quick cautions.
Pit road is closed. Keep digging.
And we're up to top 20. Since the 4 pit. Let's try and be a little bit better on the start this time. Not be as conservative and get run over or something. We'll see. I guess we'll save some fuel while we're here, huh? Maybe go a little bit longer next run.
So what's that guy do? Just block everybody till he gets wrecked and then just leave? What do you mean? Doesn't everyone do that? I mean, I don't. Oh.
Oh. Yeah, I think that was all on the 26 there. I mean, the 4 was getting to his inside like 3 or 4 times. And he just kept throwing really bad blocks.
Alright, man, we're going green next time by. Alright, man, line up on the outside road now.
So I like how Tyler and Ian's cars are just inverted.
We're up to 20th.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Let's try and get settled in again. I'd rather not be on the outside, but it's fine. We're going to have the 27 behind us, looks like. We look to be pulling away from everybody behind us.
No, it's a perfect.
Hopefully, we can get a nice gap and not have someone jump it and go 3 wide. But if we have to back off from back here still, we can still do that, no problem. No need to be racing so hard and get wrecked this early. Save that for the end of the race. Be awesome if we went green from here, you know? Can we do that? Probably not.
Get ready.
But maybe. Higher chance here probably than a lot of other tracks.
I can't tell.
Alright, man. Pace cars in. Green, green, green. Keep hustling, man. You're in the top
Okay.
line. Yeah, man.
Top line didn't go at all. The 4 car jumping to the outside after pitting. I don't know why he didn't just stay out. He would have been right where he was. '28 has some right front damage, it seems like.
Inside.
Maybe pass him on the outside.
Stay high. Still there. What's the line?
Maybe not. They might be wrecking up ahead. Somebody got loose. It's on the apron. I don't know what everyone around me is doing.
All clear, all
Sorry,
clear.
28.
I didn't want to squeeze you there. Almost lost it.
Oh. He might have clipped the apron and that's what got him all upset. Looked like he almost corrected up into me. And the only way I could see him getting loose right there is if he clipped the apron, so he must have, I couldn't really see how low he was. But he just backed off after that, so that's fine. I had to back off because the 25 came up in front of me. Now we can get settled in. Hopefully not get it too loose out of the corner. Got a nice gap behind us. Everyone has calmed down up front for now, it looks like. Fuel, we can do 42 laps from here, basically. Get it to the bottom without sliding up too much. Don't coast. Get on throttle and be smooth on it. Don't run into the back of anybody. Five slipping up. I got down too low and clipped the apron. I'm struggling out of turn 4 a little bit.
Got one outside.
We'll get position there and
Stay low.
hopefully make the pass soon.
Stay low.
Don't get loose on my outside and wreck me, please.
Still there. All clear, all clear. You got one outside.
Got a better run on my outside.
Stay low. Still there.
And we're gonna race for a while, I guess, and lose some time.
Still there. Still there.
I overdrove it.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Well, eventually we'll maybe be able to make this pass, and he's gonna be hurting his tires up there, so that's what he wants to do, I guess.
All clear, all clear.
Okay, he got in line. And got loose. I just didn't want to push my tires too hard trying to make a pass this early, this far back. So I was struggling to get it done. Back up to 21st though. Topside seems like if you push it, you can really hang on. Gotta be careful though. It's not something you want to be doing long run, I don't think. But at the end, it might come into play. And as I say, you don't want to be doing it. Someone's up running the wall. Maybe you do want to be doing it. But maybe he just missed the corner. 15 goes high. A little bit loose on exit for me. Not too bad though. I don't know if I got much speed. I don't know if a top 10 is going to be doable for us. You'll have to get long run. I don't think short run I'm going to have it.
One outside. You're clear high, clear high. Outside. Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
So you can get by the 15.
Stay low. Still there? Hold the line.
Don't hook me, please.
You're clear high, clear high. You're in the top 20. Yeah, man. Outside.
Back up to 20th. People getting loose. The 11 got loose. 24 got loose.
Yeah, one outside.
Struggling out of the corner. I thought he was going to wreck me. He got loose, but he caught it. I don't know if you can see that. It might have been in my right monitor. But he got pretty sideways, it looked like.
All clear, all clear.
That was very scary. The 11 looks like he's struggling loose as well. Oh my gosh, he almost did the same thing. Alright guys, you don't need to keep getting loose on my outside. I know everyone's favorite thing is to wreck me while they're on my outside. Like, it's like across the board, the whole community, let's get on my outside and wreck me. Unintentionally, I'm sure. But, we don't need to do it every time. Maybe every other time. We could work our way up to every other time. I don't know what I'm talking about, but we're up to 18th now. See if we can catch up to this group. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. 1.4 at the line. A little bit loose, but feels good still. Gain a little bit, I guess. .3. In a nice little pocket here, though. We can log some laps. Did I unmute them? I think I did. Yeah. A little loose again. It's alright, though. They're racing a little bit up there. Kind of keep swapping back and forth, so we're going to gain a little bit just from that, but not much. We're not gaining a whole lot at all, really. Just easy going.
I'm sorry about that. Didn't expect to check up that much.
Trying not to run 14.
Well, I'm starting to catch them now a little bit. 20 cars going backwards a bit.
Yeah, I was not ready.
That's good.
Usually overdrive it slightly, but We still got it to slow down. Still feeling alright. It's tight on entry, but I think most of that's just from me overdriving it. Now, since we got that caution at the beginning, are people still going to pit it halfway, or are they going to wait an extra handful of laps? I imagine the 4-car won't be, because he pit. I still don't think you can make it. Like, if he took fuel there, I don't think that was enough laps to be able to make it to the end. Most likely not. But you can maybe go 10 or 15 laps longer than the rest of us can. Alright, it's getting a little looser out of the corner. I need to be careful. We're about a second slower than our fastest lap right now. Keep an eye on that. If the fall off doesn't get any worse than that, then maybe we go long. And maybe we go long anyway, just so I don't get trapped a lap down if the caution comes out. Since I like to do that. It's getting looser though, I need to be careful out of the corner. Cars overdriving it a bit. Don't get loose out of the corner, please. Don't quite have the run. We might make contact up ahead. They're really close up there. I think I got loose, nearly got to
Taking a side over.
the apron.
Come up.
Got one outside. Go there.
Don't wreck me.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side. Go there, hold the line. All clear, all clear.
3 wide. Up ahead of us a little bit. We get loose. Make another pass though. Oh, we overdrove it. We don't want to do that too much more. We got a big traffic jam right here, which I don't like the looks of.
Outside. Still there.
We're going to be 3 wide.
Stay low.
Okay.
Clear high, clear high.
Don't know if he got loose or he was just trying to take a 3 wide to get around the 7. He was stuck up on the top side. But we survived and don't get a 4X, so it's alright.
Got one outside.
7 car is really struggling right now.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side. Stay low. All clear, all clear.
Make that pass. There's some smoke up ahead. I think people are getting loose out of the corner. They might be getting tight on entry, so they're putting more wheel in it, and that's just snapping it on them. That's my hypothesis. Up to 16th now. '14 got very loose, and he's gonna wreck. They're wrecking.
Alright, man, caution is out.
Oh,
Caution is out.
seriously.
Oh!
Pit road is closed. 22, car by.
Did you see that?
Boy, some of y'all look.
I thought I was dead. Holy moly. Well, that solves the fuel question. That's about halfway. Oh my gosh. I was deer in the headlights, just straight forward.
It's 22.
Thought I was right in that thing. My gosh. Now we're in 14th. Come down and take 4 tires. Wow.
Pit road is now open.
That was insanity. That 14 was just getting super loose. He corrected back up and just got ran into. My goodness. I can't believe that. They take out the 10 as well, I think. Yeah. Everybody's pitting here. 22 got a lot of damage. I think 22 might have been the guy that hit him. We're going to have an early pit box.
Pit box in 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
No green flag pit stops today. 82.80, that's not terrible. We got 23 seconds of damage, I guess, from the 10 when he turned down and ran into us.
Alright, that's it. Go.
It's going to drive through the pit box so we don't run into anybody. You don't want to do this on entry, but it's alright on exit.
Be mindful, you only have one set of tires remaining. Line up single file.
Now, hopefully we won't get run over on a restart. 83.85 from the 8 car. He, I think, was up further than we were. We had 82.80, which I thought was alright. He was much better on the right rear than I was. I can't believe we missed that gosh dang
I
wreck.
cannot believe I didn't get 10 for speeding right there.
Let's have another long run. Let's get to the end. How about? And people can stop getting loose on my outside.
Alright, man, we're going green next time.
Are we in agreement with that?
On the inside row.
Got to be behind the 18. We're going to have the 7 right behind us. No. The 20. Hopefully we're quick enough on the short run that we won't just get past a whole bunch here. I think we'll be alright. We're up to 13th now. I can be happy with that. Doesn't look like too many cars behind us, really. Like 10. I guess it's 3 rows, which is pretty good. I've not been good on these restarts, so I need to. You might be able to full throttle it. Do I try it? Probably a bad idea. Probably a bad idea. We're gonna have to be careful because the bottom's likely to be stacked up pretty bad into the corner.
Alright, man. Pace cars in.
Need him to go early, and he is. Oh, I got a better jump than the 18 did. Nearly run into him too hard. Could have been a wreck. Thankfully, just a tap. I saw the leader going, but I don't think the 18 saw him quite as quickly. Somebody's up in the grass, or maybe leaving pit road. I think they're leaving pit road. Yep. Okay, just halfway. Let's check fuel. Should be able to make it. Yep. Got about 40 laps to go, and I'm overdriving it. I need to still drive smooth. We've still got 40 laps, like I just said. We're going to want tire at the end. Hitting the wall up ahead. Thankfully the 7 just kind of checked up from that instead of trying to force it 3 wide on the 21, and I was not paying attention to corner entry. 7 nearly lost it on my outside again. It is very tight right now. I need to stop driving so hard. 21's the one that packed the wall. He's racing very hard right now. It might make contact. Oh goodness, that was close.
Got one inside.
Don't wreck me.
3 wide, you're in the middle. Hold your line. Outside. 2 wide there.
Whew.
Go there. Hold your line.
Nearly got wrecked again.
Clear high.
Good save. Sorry about that.
Hopefully we can pull away. 21's racing very hard. But he was up on the outside for a while, so hopefully he used up some tire. Seven's still getting loose out of the corner. They're all entering the corner much harder than I am. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me. 18 got loose on entry. That's going to make this pass fairly easy.
You're clear high. Clear high.
I think I'm pushing the right front too hard. I think we're going to start getting way too tight. 7 nearly grabbing the wall. He is grabbing the wall.
You got one outside. Go there. Hold your line. Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Don't wreck me. I know you've been loose out of the corner every lap.
You're clear high. Clear high. Outside. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Stay low. There's a car on the
Oh, I can't make a pass on the bottom.
Stay low.
Cannot make a pass on the bottom. Just got to get this pass done and we can pull away. But I can't do it.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
We got to race side by side the whole time. Make sure the 21 can get right back here as well.
Stay low.
Can't get coerced into driving harder. I just got to do my line and eventually we'll clear them.
Go there.
Supposedly. I just don't want to risk going side by side for too long because of that reason right there. He got loose. He could have easily taken us out. That's why I didn't want to be on his inside for 18 laps. For that exact reason. More so that reason than the tires. The tires were going to be worse off too, but he was so loose out of the corner every time we saw him in front of us. And I am the most likely person in the world to get wrecked by someone getting loose on my outside. What's this, P11? That's cool. Now were we racing too hard there for those however many laps, 10 laps, that we're not going to have any tire left at the end? Possibly. That's possible. We're also clipping the apron, that's possible as well. '21's quicker than we are, I think. We'll just let them by once they get here. I don't want to risk getting run over or
Rally 23.
having to fight forever. That was a good corner though. We might not need to let him by. He might be alright. He's been running really hard. He might be hurting on his right front already. I feel like I am. But we're getting loose out of the corner. That's going to counterbalance it a little bit, I guess. It's been an eventful race so far. We've been in a bunch of battles already. We've dodged some wrecks, gotten run into. And have lived to tell. Live the tale about it. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Catching the 13 here a little bit too. Leaders are really far up there. We're about a straightaway behind them. Can't pull away from those guys behind me. They seem to be at the exact same time they were 5 laps ago. And if we fight side by side with the 13 for a while, it's going to get them right to our bumper. We really overdrove that one though. And that one. "13 must be getting tight. He's getting really slow in the center. I'm getting loose. Trying to put too much wheel in it. Maybe pass him off the corner. Probably not. Not quite. Not quite there. He's stopping at the apex, which concerns me. I don't want to run into him mid-corner or anything. He's driving in so hard and then just slamming the brakes to get it to turn, which is killing his center corner speed. As long as we don't run into a mid-corner from it, should be alright.
We have 20 laps to go at the line.
20 to go. He missed the corner badly there. Still not to his inside yet though. But I need to get around him quickly. Very quickly. Hopefully he overdrives it. Then we can get underneath him into this corner. Almost. Oh, not quite. Dang it.
Outside. You're clear high. Clear high.
And he's blinking.
You got one outside. Still there.
Can't see you, man.
Clear, all clear.
And I was there. But he may have not been able to see me either. We make the pass, thankfully, and live to tell about it. again. Was really wanting to wreck. Seemed like. Got the 25 a lap down up here. We're in the top 10.
Good job, man. You're in the top 10.
I'm overdriving it so bad. We're going to get around him. Middle of the corner, though. That's going to be good.
All clear.
Don't stop and cause a caution, though. I think we maybe moved the brakes back. What do you think about that? It's a little tight on entry. Maybe not all the way back. Maybe halfway. That felt okay. At least the 21 is overdriving it behind us, so if we don't make any mistakes and he doesn't wreck us, we shouldn't ever be able to get passed by him. Unless our tires start to fall off really bad, but I think his are going to be falling off more than ours will. This has been an eventful one for sure. Nothing's been easy, it seems like. But we're in good shape now, I think. Probably would have been a lot better if I had qualified, but I didn't want to do anything crazy or push too hard and kick myself out or get caught up in something at the front. Though I guess my likelihood of getting caught up in something is probably higher starting further back. 21's falling off a bit. I think everyone's mostly getting tight now, it seems like. I'm feeling alright. I'm overdriving it, and that's making it tight. Which is making it tighter as the right front gets destroyed. But I feel like I can still turn it out of the corner, which is where you want to turn it anyway, really. Well, you want it to be able to get off the corner without pushing to the wall, but you don't want to necessarily be turning it out of the corner. I don't know what I was doing there. That was really bad. See, I just have to not make mistakes. That got the 21 back closer to us. Just gotta run my line. Be nice and smooth.
I mean,
we're not going to catch the 8.
It wasn't like I was trying to do that, but you just kind of chopped my nose there. I don't know. Thought you were going to clear me sooner or not. But
no cautions, please.
Sorry
Let's just
about
go
that.
this thing, get this thing to the end. Please. How about it? How about we get this thing to the end? Does that sound good? With everyone? I think it sounds pretty good. We got 10 laps to go.
Then we go with the line.
We just need the 13 and the 21 to race each other really hard for a few laps. Slow each other down. Will give us an even bigger gap to work with. But I'll be happy with the top 10. That was my goal to start with anyway. Got 0.4 behind us, that's about what it's been the whole time. So we're not pulling away much. Yeah, people... Oh, I thought they were too wide ahead of us, but I don't think... I think I was looking at a sign in the wall or something. Looked like another car and that guy's outside. They're racing really hard back there and we're driving it, so we should be alright here as long as we go green.
Go low, go low, go low.
Okay. Need these laps to tick off quicker. I don't want any cautions. Don't want any cautions. Wish this had gone green the whole way. That would have been crazy fun. I would like to have seen where I would have been on speed if we got a run that long. And how my pit strategy would have played out, though I probably would have picked the suboptimal one. Alright, we're starting to pull away on those guys now. Their right front is giving out. My right rear, oh gosh dang it.
Can turn 2 guys, heads up, leaders. Slowing up.
Gosh dang it.
Sorry about last lap 21.
Now I have to be fast on the short run, and that's not going to
I got
happen.
into the wall.
Come on. We're not putting fuel in it. Let's go take our tires and somehow survive this. We did okay last restart. We just have to do that again. Gosh dang it.
Guys, all the way around. These cars, middle 1 and 2.
And that's going to get the 21 back to us, and he was quicker on the short run. Pretty much everyone was quicker on the short run. This is really unfortunate. Oh well, we'll do what we can. Hopefully we can keep a top 10. What was our lefts last time? Did we take 2? I don't think so. I think that's going to make it way too loose. It's already struggling loose out of the corner. Try and get as good of a pit stop as we can get. We're going to be pitting early. One guy stayed out. A lot of people staying out. Hopefully I didn't just pass that guy.
Pit box in 5.
I didn't know what the heck they were doing.
2, 1. Right here.
That time, 75-76. So yeah, we were on the right front more. I didn't even expect people to stay out there. That's going to make this even worse of a start. We're probably going to end up wrecked now. Let's go out here, I guess. Can we survive this somehow?
Hit the cars. Make them last the rest of the race. Line up single file. Catch the 15 car.
Can we survive this somehow? I don't. I'm
Pass the 9.
not liking where we are now at all.
Catch the 15 car.
We're gonna be so much quicker than the people on old tires. They're probably gonna spin them up and spin right when we get the green, and we'll probably end up wrecked. But I guess we had top 10 speed, so we can be happy about that. Should have gotten top 10, so we'll see what we
really
actually
couldn't
get.
just race that out. Y'all
Yeah,
had to wreck for last place again.
they're probably gonna wreck for first place here in a moment. How many people stayed out?
Looks like this is the final time we'll try for a green-white checkered finish.
Godspeed, Ken. I just hope y'all, you know, stick
We're in
with
14th.
the theme.
We are totally screwed, aren't we? 70% tires up at the front, and like 4 people stayed out. It's just gonna be, everyone's gonna be 4 wide, and they're all gonna blow up. We are doomed. I don't see a way we get out of this unscathed. don't see a way out of this. Oh well. Like we said, we had top 10 speed. Being on the outside is going to be the worst position to be in for this too. See, the problem is if we like don't go as quickly because we know they're going to wreck up front, we're just going to get swarmed 3 and 4 wide from people behind us because it's this late in the race. No one's going to be, you know, being easy on it. And if we go, we're likely to just get in the wreck. I think the wreck's going to happen in turn 1 or before. Like, I don't think there's any way of avoiding this. I think that's just what's going to happen. I don't think we're going to be able to dodge it either. I hope we can. Let's say we're going to dodge it. We're going to dodge this wreck. Can they even make it to the line without spinning out? That is what I also highly doubt.
Good here.
We'll be under yellow before turn 2.
Yeah. For turn 1, most likely.
100% though.
Okay. Can we keep it straight? Can we survive this?
Honestly, I'll be shocked if we make it past the start finish.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's happening.
Get ready.
4 cars up front with no tire.
8 cars in.
They just need to go early. But they're hoping for a caution so they keep the lead because they know they're not going to keep it if we go green.
Green, green, green.
And they wrecked.
2 left to go. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Hold your line.
Get off
Hold
me!
your line. Alright, man, caution is
Alright.
Thanks to whoever peeled off the wall there and fucked the field.
Past the 12.
Whew! We kept
That
it
was
straight.
all the 12 car. Spun his tires and turned right and wrecked the field.
That's what
Good
we knew
job.
was going to happen.
I put 'em
Exactly
there.
what we
I
knew
gotta
was gonna
say,
happen.
I didn't wreck the whole field. That wasn't me. I'm
100% predictable.
Just
Just
white
stupid
flag.
stuff.
That's 1 more left to go.
And we get screwed out of a top 10. But we get 12th. I guess. Really unfortunate. I guess we're lucky we didn't get turned up into the wall there. I was getting shoved 5 wide. The 21 was jumping it to our outside, and they were wrecking there, and there was 2 people on my inside, and just really frustrating that this series has to do this kind of stuff. We could have just gone green to the end and been fine. We couldn't. Like, staying out there, what were they thinking? I have no idea. No idea. We're slamming on the brakes here.
Past the 13. Past the... There's the checkered flag. Bring it on home and let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Past
bring it
the
on home.
12,
Let's get
past
out of
the-
here.
let the
That's
17
what I'm
car
thinking
by.
too. Don't hit me, please. Well, that was a mess. We end up P12. Should have been P10, but at least we didn't lose too much there at the end. Just terrible stuff. And the best part is they waited until we got the green flag so everyone would be stacked up so we would definitely be getting in a wreck. I mean, even if they hadn't spun their tires up, we probably would have been. Just because it was a green-white checkered. Take a look at the incidents. 28 reacts to the 9 getting loose, drives up into the wall. He keeps it going though. This is when the 26 was blocking the 4 for some reason. Just rolls it back across the track. And the 12 plows into him and gets no damage, and the 12 survives to wreck a bunch of people at the end. Then the 12 wrecks the 23. 12 had a good race. 22 is going to get the wall on exit. Little loose, little wall. This is when the 10 drove down and got me. Oh, he just got loose. I didn't know if he was turning down to get underneath the 7 there, 3 wide, or if he got loose, but he just got loose there. Luckily, we survived it. Both of us. 14, yep, he grabs the apron, and good grief, how do we miss this? How do we miss this? How do we miss that? Get off my screen. I have no idea. Clips the apron, gets loose, comes up in front of the 22. 7 did a good job missing it too. How close were we? How close were we to this? Gosh dang it, my controls are all inverted. There. Yeah, that's pretty close for going 150 miles an hour. Wow. Crazy. Just had to hit the brakes and turn it left and hope we got something. And we did. 11 loose out of the corner. One car blinks. This is when the 21 got loose and hit the wall pretty hard. And this is the 25. Just getting loose out of the corner. Easy to do that. You correct a little bit, you put some wheel in it to the left, and it just makes it looser again once it swings back around. And he's going to get the inside wall. 21 comes down and hits the 18. And then the 7 dives it to our inside, and we just have to hopefully back out of that and live. See, the 11 blaming the 24 for that. It looked like 11 just overdrove it. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know if that's what he was talking about. Car turns down and gets the 18. They bump a little bit, get up in the wall, but they're alright. Fortunately. Then 25 and 24 coming together as the 25 is the lap car, I think. Why are the cars so loud? Is it loud? Maybe it's not bad. 25 is not turning. Grabs the wall pretty hard. 16, whose paint didn't load. Dragging the wall. I guess it's just going to be a bunch of wall taps. We should probably see what the final caution was for. And I guess the restart. Stupidity. It didn't even show us. What are you doing? Right here. Pace car. What's the caution for? Who's wrecked? Who's wrecked? I don't understand. What's going on here? Oh, that guy stopped. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know what the heck. Looked like he was still going, but he was just stopped. 27 slides up in front of the 10, and that spins him. And then he gets back going pretty slowly. And then just the restart. Old tires spinning up on the restart. You 125,000% knew that was going to happen. Like, that was the most predictable thing I've seen in ever. I don't know why. I guess because the 12's there. And then the 13 comes down. We got lucky. I don't know what the 21 thought he was going to do here. like just jumping it to our outside. Obviously they were going to wreck, and they're going to be right in his way. I mean, they got a pretty slow restart, but there's nowhere to go, and you can't just turn into me and expect to make that work. A lot of people broken right there, but I guess we get 12th. Wish we could have gotten 10th, but we'll take that, I guess. Oh well.